So I don't know about you, but to me, the worst secrets are secrets that are happening right in front of me, right under my nose, and I don't even see it until it's too late and it becomes painfully obvious that it was happening the whole time. And in this video, I aim to expose two secrets. The first secret is the impending unemployment crisis that seems to be unfolding in real time on the Las Vegas Strip and in the Las Vegas marketplace without us really paying attention to it. The second secret is a little more dubious. If it's true and I could prove it, it would mean that these casino properties are using legal loopholes to circumvent reporting mass layoffs. And that also might just have been happening this entire time all year long, even going back into last year. So, my name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I have a pimple on my nose that is healing, and I hold my microphone in my hand this way, which for some reason infuriates some of you. So let's take a walk on the Las Vegas Strip and expose some secrets. As we say around these parts, 1, 2, 3, and action. This video is nothing more than a theory. This is not proof that casinos are using a legal loophole to lay hundreds of people off at a time. This video is basically an exploration and a set of details and facts about the layoffs that have happened where you can make your own decision. So this is not proof, this is not facts, and that is what we call a legal disclaimer, my friends. And I mean, for a lot of you guys, this probably sounds like some crazy conspiracy theory. Am I right? I mean, you come to Vegas and you see crowds. You go to the busiest parts of town and say it's just like it ever was, while the stats coming out of all of the government agencies and all of the tourism-related offices say the exact opposite. We just did a video on this a few days ago, and I'm that guy who tells you to subscribe multiple times in his video to keep up with updates. I'll post that video in a playlist down below so you can see how we have had 7 months straight of declines in this town. So if things are so good and the casinos keep posting profit after profit after profit, why would they want to lay anybody off? That's the million-dollar question. And have those layoffs affected the local job market in Vegas? And the answer to all that is dead simple. It's yes. She ain't talking to nobody. I was gonna film here, but I got her screaming at the air. Do you see that? So let's get some numbers out of the way. The first number we need to get out of the way is 5.9%. That's the unemployment rate here in Vegas. The second number, which you might have known if you were subscribed and watched my videos, is 330,000. That's how many people are indirectly or directly linked to the casino and hospitality business here in Vegas. And the third isn't really a number, but it's a phrase. Fewer than 49 or 50. And that's the number that started this investigation today when I read on casino.org/news my friend Corey L., who wrote an article about how the Venetian had recently laid off less than 49 people. That seems strange, doesn't it? And if it seems strange, that's where our journey down the legal loophole rabbit hole might just begin. And you see, that less than 50 wording is not an accident. If anything, it's a type of secret code word that the casinos like to use when they're trying to get around something built into our law called the WARN Act. Now, we're going to talk about the WARN Act, which is meant to give warnings to employees about mass layoffs in a minute. But before that, we have to ask, was this just a one-off? Maybe the Venetian is just having a bit of a hard spot. They needed to trim the staff down a little. And the answer to that is unfortunately an emphatic and loud no. Absolutely not. Not the first incident. But check this out. You see, if this was just the Venetian laying off a few people, we could easily dismiss it. But it's not. You see, the layoffs go back heavy. They go back all the way until, well, essentially last year. Well, we're going to start at this year because this year is the year that Vegas is in the spotlight. So let's rewind to Resorts World, who in March of 2025 laid off less than 50 people. Or in April of 2025, when MGM Resorts International cut all the concierge people in their company, which was less than 50 people. Only 34. They said that people would rather deal with AI chatbots than human beings. If that's the case, then I might be out of a job soon because I'm just a human being telling you about all of this. And I'm standing in front of a giant cock, which means that you should subscribe for that fact alone. Flash forward to May of 2025 when Fontainebleau humiliated people with laying off as many as 60 dealers. Workers were actually immediately shuffled off of the property, escorted out and perp walked, if you will, across the casino floor by security, with social media people saying it was basically a blast to their dignity. Summer 2025, Treasure Island had the second round of layoffs, which I believe, allegedly, possibly was less than 50. And that brings us up to the Venetian. So it's at this point that less than 50 seems like less of a coincidence and more of a deliberate act. But why the deliberacy in less than 50 over and over again? Well, that might be related to what's called the WARN Act, literally spelt W-A-R-N Act. This is a law that's in place to help warn or notify employees of mass layoffs, allowing them to find replacements for their employment and not allowing the casinos to essentially rip the rug out from underneath their feet. But less than 50 means the WARN Act is never triggered. Now, how could this play out to lead to massive types of layoffs? Well, there are provisions for that, but workarounds that the casinos could put into action. Check this out. It gets pretty gnarly. Now, I'm no legal beagle, and this is just the way I'm interpreting the law. The WARN Act means that you can lay off less than 50 people once every 30 days, but do it from multiple sites. And what kind of multiple sites would you have on Las Vegas Boulevard? I don't know, just looking around me, thinking Planet Hollywood, thinking Aria, thinking Vidara, thinking MGM Grand, New York, the Park MGM. I think you get the point. And if this is what's happening, then the question begs, why isn't anybody in the mainstream media reporting it? That answer is something that just blows my mind every time. Let me explain that. You see, because what seems for time eternal, the mainstream media in Vegas fails to report on incidents like this. Sure, you might see a little blip or blurb in the newspaper, but for fear of losing credentials and access to these crystal palaces, they're very careful in what they will allege or say about the casino companies. Not me, I'm a truth teller, so go ahead and subscribe if you want the raw details and the theories and concepts that you can put together on your own. Again, all of this is unproven facts, but I do know the suppression exists, dating as far back as 1967. You see, a tragic incident at the long-defunct and gone Orbit Inn occurred, where an Army Ranger who was AWOL from his platoon and just not quite right up here, set up a bomb on the side of the building and detonated it early in the morning from across the street, taking lives and creating a shockwave that was so explosive, people in nearby modern-day Fremont Street thought that they were suffering through an earthquake. This was the first time where city leaders panicked and looked to suppress the news, making sure it didn't make newspapers on the East Coast at all costs. And ever since then, it's been really hard to find these kinds of patterns in the city. And so at this point, I'm going to leave it on you to decide. These are all just theories and fun things to bat around on YouTube, but do you think the casinos are actually skirting around the WARN Act by laying off just 49 people? Or is it just another one of those crazy theories you hear online on YouTube? One thing's for certain, every person that gets laid off so the casinos can hopefully protect their profits for their investors and their shareholders is one less person that might remain in Vegas and make it a great community. It's one less person that will contribute to our local economy. It's one less person who can send their kids to summer camp or dance lessons or, junior league baseball. And it's one less great story that can come out of a city that has a reputation of being full of sin and debauchery. Now, my name is Steven, and I'm not leaving Las Vegas. And you guys are amazing for watching through this far in the video. If you are, maybe you're a fan, maybe you could subscribe to the channel. It would sure help us out. I might be the only person willing to say these kinds of things on YouTube. And again, I don't know if I can prove them or not, but it sure is an interesting way to take a look at life. If you guys are doubly awesome, you can join our Patreon, and you can see the people right here in our credits. They get extra videos every single month. They also get their name in the credits of my videos when I upload them on Thursdays. They get behind the scenes takes that I don't share anywhere else. And they get a warm fuzzy feeling knowing that they're helping independent creators to be able to make content on an ongoing basis. I'm going to put up a playlist of economic, keeping it real news here that you can check out. It's a whole bunch of news videos that I have going back into May, which will give you a clearer look at what's really happening in Sin City. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas video creator. I'm an analyst, and I love having you guys with me. You're the best part of my day. Now's the time of the video. I say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? Look at the camera, and we say 3, 2, 1, and click!